Yo, what's going on, guys? Today's video, I want to talk about some mods. I know before you guys click off, mods are a huge part of the game, but they are kind of annoying at times. But I want to kind of maybe actually start a series here on my channel going over some of the hottest mods in the game currently and more about the sets, because you come over here to the mods and where you'd farm them and all that sort of stuff. The mod challenges, out of all of these, which ones are the hottest right now to farm up and get a lot of? Well, right now, I think that the biggest one is Tenacity. And there's a lot of different reasoning behind Tenacity mods. The biggest reason is because of what it does for you on the defense side of things, but also on offense. And there's a lot of different characters in the game who benefit greatly from Tenacity-based mods. So, I'm going to go over a few of my favorite and maybe some more less known ones that you guys might not know of that are super amazing with Tenacity ones in different game modes of the game, not just Arena, but also in 3v3, 5v5, GACs, and all that sort of stuff, even in TW. So, let's start us off with some more easier to, just some no-brainer ones, In my opinion, I would say Rey Tenacity modded is very, very well. Right now, I don't have her modded for Tenacity because she is on the offensive. If you were to use her on the defensive, then I would definitely use some more Tenacity-based mods with some C8 arrows, kind of how you would mod her similarly to Malik. We're going to go over to Malik in a little bit, but Tenacity mods on to Rey kind of negate some more debuffs on the Vader counter in 5v5. She already has a very, very high base Tenacity, which is at 105%. I guess rather lower than 100% if you have no mods equipped, but you can easily get her up to 150 plus percent Tenacity if you had more Tenacity mods added onto her. So she is definitely a great one with Tenacity mods. And I'm going to show you a few battles with some more of these characters. I want to show with how they're using Tenacity and what's really happening and affecting them in Tenacity mods and what's going on there. So first things first is Rey. She's definitely great with Tenacity if you're going to use her on defense side of things. The next one I want to go and show you is a very good one. It's a favorite of many people, and I would say especially Clash DOE. And this is Enfys Nest. So my Enfys Nest has garbage mods. If you want to really know the best way to mod her for Tenacity-based mods, you should definitely go check out Clash's channel and talk to Clash if you want to go and talk more about that. But this is a great, great character to use full Tenacity mods on. You pretty much stop all debuffs, making sure that she can use her abilities, and it's going to be amazing. So to showcase Nest with full Tenacity, I wanted to show you some battles with Nest, and this is a solo of a Padme team in 5v5. This is amazing. So this is a team with Kira, Hoda, and Nest, and you want to bring in the Kira for the extra protection from her leadership, as well as Hermit Yoda from the Master's training. So Nest can solo so many things in the game. I think people have done many videos about her already, but I just want to showcase, Nest again. If you guys don't know, she is amazing. She can solo so much stuff in the game for you. And I mean, right there, 100k easily killing off Anakin. And once Anakin's dead in these ones, you are good to go. So having her modded for around 160, 170% Tenacity, make sure that she does not get any debuffs applied. Teams you kind of want to watch out for are ones that have a 3PO in it, and also ones that have the Padme and also Anakin modded for very, very high potency rather, to kind of stop the Tenacity from being effective, because then they can land a healing immunity and the stun from Padme's kick. But for the most part, people don't mod them that way anymore. But maybe if you see more Nests on the rise for Tenacity, you might want to mod your Padmes and Anakins for those potency extra stats. But yeah, Nest is great. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. I don't want to go over all of them, over all the video, but I mean, just Nest is amazing with Tenacity. It's just simple and straight to the point. Even on offense, even on defense, having a Nest modded for this high of Tenacity and health as well, you can make sure that the opponents struggle heavily on the defense side of things. Having her in a bounty hunter team with a full Tenacity is going to make your life hell. Trust me. And also, even like in a new Dooku team, she is annoying to deal with. She is so annoying to deal with for full Tenacity. So she is one of my favorites right now with Tenacity. She's kind of a no-brainer. So there is Enfys. And then I want to go after my next one. I feel like that is one of the best, if not he is the best person to mod for full Tenacity in the game at the moment. This is going to do some great things for you on defense, majorly defensively character for Tenacity mods, and also some offense stuff as well. He is similar to Nest. This is Malik. And Malik he can solo characters and teams, but in my opinion, having him modded this way will benefit you greatly on defense. You toss him in on defense under a Ray team, they're not going to be able to land any debuffs at all. And if you have him modded for a critical avoidance arrow as well, there is really no chance that a Ray, or I mean, rather, Vader can one-shot your Malik if you have no debuffs applied and he has a CA arrow to negate the crits. This is such an incredibly great way to mod your Malik, and I would say from here on out, this is the best way to mod a Malik because of what it can do for you. So I'm not going to show you any of the Ray teams of what it's going to be doing while you're using a Vader counter to counter a team with Malik modded this way, but just show you some ideas of what it's going to look like. I highly recommend having him modded for a critical avoidance arrow. If you have one, if you don't, maybe go for some more protection, some more maybe speed, or a health-based primary. I would recommend it heavily with a CA because you get even more stopping of the crits, but definitely have him modded for very high tenacity. This is only 100% extra added on, but you can definitely add on even more if you wanted to. So 175% tenacity, definitely high amounts, and he doesn't even need that much speed. He is really only here to have a lot of protection, health, and the tenacity. The CA is definitely recommended, like I said, but you have a protection, a triangle here, not even much speed there, tenacity cross, and then added on extra speed and tenacity in between here and there. But I want to now show you what this has done to me in GAC, and it lost me an entire round because of how this guy's Malik was modded for 3v3. So to show this, let's hop over. So this was a guy I fought in my last week's GAC round. He is from Shadowlands, and his name is Snake. And this guy is great in GAC. He has some great mods, some great rosters. He's definitely great player. But the one thing that I noticed, I haven't modded also this way for my Malik, but the one thing I noticed was you usually can get away with using your bounty hunters to kill Darth Revan if there was no BSF like this guy had, but the bounty hunters do not work if the Malik is modded for a full-on tenacity set. So watch here, guys. It's going to be nearly a 3-minute showcase of Malik tanking hits from my bounty hunters. And right there, we killed Darth Revan. So from here, it's rather 4 minutes. Holy cow, 4 minutes trying to kill a Darth Malik. And this is what it looks like. The bounty hunters have no punching power. You can land some debuffs if you get lucky, but there is no extra potency added on from any of this leadership or even from Jango Fett. Everything is getting resisted, guys. It is not fun. Your Boba Fett can't one-shot even if there is all those ferocity stacks right there. You just don't get those one-shots at all. And the one thing I thought would work versus this was landing some of the burns and from that ability lowering the Malik's max health, but it does not work because you get that thing resisted and you get the healing immunity or the healing reduction or the health percent reduction resisted all the time. So you never get that we never get that reduction in health whatsoever. So this just doesn't work. It just plain simply does not work. So I lost an entire round because of the Malik being modded like this. And it just goes to show you what it can do. It is crazy. So crazy. Yeah, there's been a few times I bout killed him, but I mean, I got some relics on my bounty hunters, relic 3 and 4 on my bounty hunters, and it just still never worked. And it has worked in the past. And this Malik, I think, was, I'd say, relic 4 or 5. Definitely high relic, but I mean, you would assume it could work. So from here on out, the next 3 minutes, I just get stuck behind this guy. I can't kill him. I lose Boba, and I don't have any more damage. I was thinking I could kill him with all the reduction of the health, but that was not working because it was getting resisted. And as the lower he goes, he gets even more tenacity. So, I mean, there's really no shot of anything getting applied for any debuffs. So, I would recommend now in 3s, since we have another week of it left, you guys want to have a little tip here. If you want to save your BSF and you want to mod a Malik this way, go for it. The bounty hunters cannot beat it, and it still forces a very strong counter. And then you can save BSF for a different team, like an EP, BSF, Vader, or Sith Trooper, whatever it may be. That's what I'd use. But definitely a great way to stop this counter. And also, it just annoys the heck out of me in really any other way this guy is placed in defense. He is so annoying. I guess if you toss in Mando, it could work, but I just never thought that I would lose there. But that's the other character that I wanted to talk about. So the next couple I want to go and just kind of shotgun through is going to be some Rebels. So first things first is Chewbacca. Having Chewie modded this way is insanely huge for your guys. he has around 100, almost 70% tenacity, which makes sure that nothing gets applied to him. So to show Chewie off, I want to show the standard CLS versus gas battles and what it's really doing for you. This is not just great versus gases now, it's great versus the JMLs and the JKLs. So like right there, got resisted because of our high tenacity. The days did not stick, and since it did not stick, we can get more call to assist from our Chewbacca. And you do not want him to get resist, or you do not want him to get landed on dazes or stuns or whatever it may be. So definitely the best way, in my opinion, to mod a Chewbacca is for full tenacity. Don't worry about a CA arrow or anything like that for the arrow. Just go for, I would say, either more offense if you have an offense, like a crazy fast offense arrow, or really any fast arrows in general. Or if you don't have any of those, just go for a plain old speed arrow. It's definitely a great way to use them as well. But definitely the best way, in my opinion, to mod Chewie is for full tenacity. He does so much good for you. Making sure that he's alive longer and he's able to assist longer is the way to go for sure. So yeah, this is the Chewbacca. We got days there, but he's already dead anyways. Doesn't matter. So that's that one. And the next one I go over is going to be some more Rebels. And the next one I want to go over is 3PO. And 3PO is great modded this way. In especially the JML counters, if you need to use him there. If you don't need to use him there, then I would say maybe not as heavily modded for tenacity. But he's definitely great just to make sure that you don't get any debuffs landed on him. You can always use his assists and his basics, and you're going to be just fine. But if you don't ever really see those teams in arenas or whatever, then you can actually go back to potency. So that's him. Another one I like to use in threes with tenacity is my Thrawn. And Thrawn is kind of the same way. I really just tossed those other sets from my 3PO over to Thrawn and use them that way. But having full tenacity Thrawn in threes allows me to be able to beat JMLs. And also, I can, if I have the right mods, I can actually still beat Darth Revan's, which is definitely great. So having a modded for full tenacity is really, really great. Having more of those things getting resisted is always amazing. And then next up, I want to go and talk about some Hux. Hux is great for full tenacity if you want to go that route. Stop more of those debuffs and make it even harder for those Jedi to kill him. But he already has high tenacity as is. If you wanted to, you can simply just place one tenacity set and a tenacity cross, and that'll get you where you need to be. If you want to go that route, you don't have to go full tenacity if you don't want to, which is nice because you don't have to waste all those other tenacity mods for this character. So Hux is definitely a great one. Nothing too crazy here. It's just Hux being Hux. The next one I go and talk about are some Seps. I do think that Magna Guard, he benefits greatly from this, wherever he is. There he is. Making sure that he has nothing to get landed on him, no debuffs at all. Making sure he taunts even longer, and he can get some more assists, rather counterattacks for that taunt to stay and remain the entire battle. It's super, super amazing for that, and it does a lot of great things for you. It's nothing too crazy. Just modding him for a lot of tenacity will get you the job done. And I want to say B1 gives you even more tenacity from him in his unique, the Droid Battalion, but I'm not too sure. I guess it does, right? You're right there. So you get more tenacity. I forgot. It does give you some more tenacity, so it does help out there. So you don't have to go full-on tenacity craziness on the Magna Guard. Just a little bit will be just fine from the B1 being there as well. And I think that'll probably wrap it up. I had a few more I want to talk about, but they're nothing too special. I think the ones we went over today are definitely the best ones to go over. On the offensive, you have the Nest, you have the Malik that can solo stuff, but really tenacity comes into play more on the defense side of things with stopping some more counters, some more debuffs, and just going to town. I mean, I really do believe the best way to mod Malik is that way. Having those extra tenacity stats and the CA arrow makes it so hard for anything to land, and you're going to be just fine. Tenacity kind of goes along ways in this game, guys. On tanks, supports, attackers, it is really for everybody, in my opinion. If you guys don't have any great sets about tenacity and based on tenacity, definitely farm some up if you wanted to. Force some of these counters if you need them. I'm not going to say you have to have them right now, but for the moment, I do think these guys are amazing with them. If you guys do not agree with me, let me know down below. And also, if you guys have any other mods and modding of these characters, or really if you want me to go and continue the series for other mod loadouts and other sets, let me know down below in the comments. But I would say for sure these are some of my favorite mods to run on these characters. They've been getting me so many holds and so many banners on the offensive. So that's it today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. And if you are sub, feel free to hit that notification bell for getting those notifications ASAP. I have Discord, a Patreon, and channel memberships if you guys want to support me and go check out the Discord. All down below in the description, guys. Thanks for watching it again. And until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.